Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food and Drinks at 6439 Summer Avenue.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're having fun today with Hoot Hazelgrove in the studio with us, and Ron Wong is the co-host, and Shelby McCall is our show producer. And we continue this conversation with Hoot because he's brought along that saxophone, alto saxophone, and Ron, yours was a what now, tenor?
Tenor saxophone.
Tenor saxophone. Yeah. So the basic difference is yours a little higher, I would say.
It's just a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit deeper in sound.
Okay. Did you play in the band at Westwood, too?
I played. That's how I.
That's how you got started?
Yeah, well, I started way back in Westwood.
Yeah?
Actually started when I was in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I was playing clarinet at the time.
Okay. Well, I played baritone. I played French horn and all those different things. But Hoot is here. Now, Shelby, I'm not going to put any pressure on you. But
I knew this was
But
coming.
I do. Shelby's brought. Get your trumpet out, Shelby.
Coming.
Get your trumpet out, Shelby. Hang on, Hoot. We got to get. Shelby's got to pull it out here. There it is. She's got it ready.
And
okay.
She does Go Tigers Go so good.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do that, we'll let you do that. Is that too hard to do? Oh, Go Tigers Go. Can you do that? Yeah. All right, here we go. Now this Hoot, get ready, Hoot. Now here she goes.
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
Yeah.
Shelby McCall. How about
Way
that,
to
Hoot?
go.
All right, now the Shelby is.
That brings back a lot of memories, I have to tell you.
It does, okay.
Being in the Memphis State marching band.
Yes, marching
and
band. Yeah.
concert band, and their wind ensemble.
Yeah, it hadn't changed.
Jazz band, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Brings back a lot of memories.
Well, if I had my trumpet, I would say, "Down the field, Arkansas, on the victory." Dun, 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 dun. Or it's ARKANAS for Arkansas. Fight, fight, fight. All right? All right, Hoot. So you're, I was asking Hoot a little bit because he knows that my battle with cancer, and Hoot's had his shares of things like that, but he's gotten good reports. He looks good. For somebody that's only 35 years old, I mean, times two. Yeah, there you go. But you do spend
a youngster.
You do spend a lot of time, Hoot, giving back with kids and things.
Right.
Your blind is on the Hatchie River. Hasn't missed duck hunting is one of the things that he's taken. If anybody, you really need to go to Hoot's Facebook page and just keep up with this man. Because he's young at heart. I know he's got more hair on his face than I had on my head during there for about 8 months and everything like that. Why do you do what you do?
I was taught at a very young age, and times are different now.
They are.
You can go to local stores, grocery stores, get whatever you want to eat or whatever.
Yes.
When I was a kid, we hunted to eat for food, for
you
meat.
You did, yes.
I mean, it's just that time frame.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely no duck decoys, no duck calls.
No spinning decoys.
No, absolutely
yeah,
not.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I've got to tell this story very fast how I got into duck hunting.
I want you to.
My daddy drove a truck over the road. He meant, different states and all that.
Sure,
Was gone
yeah.
a lot.
Uh-huh.
Our big thing, we had in our area, in Hardeman County, we didn't have deer at that time. We didn't have turkey.
No.
But now our biggest thing that Daddy loved and I loved was quail. And
Quail.
He called it bird hunting.
Bird hunting.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Oh, and I sure wish they were still around.
I know. But one day, I'm in first grade of school. I think I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
Daddy pulled up in his 18-wheeler to pick me up, and I'm like, oh, no, what did I forget to do at home? I'm at my chores or something.
Yeah.
He said, get up in there, boy. We're going duck hunting. Never had I ever been duck hunting. We drove on the farm at that time. We could go all the way to Hoot Landing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Hoot Landing then.
No, it
was
wasn't
just
then.
Boat landing.
Yeah, it is now.
And he sat me on a stump, and he said, sit here and don't move. And he walked up the slough. Now, I'm right almost on the bank of the river.
Sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I heard him shoot twice, and the sky was absolutely covered with ducks.
Oh, my.
After he shot.
Uh-huh.
I was shooting an old Ithaca pump,
Oh.
and I shot, and I dry shucked it, if you know what that means.
I know what that
I
means.
didn't cycle it very good.
Yes, yeah.
And I started screaming for Daddy.
Oh, Daddy, where are you? Yeah.
And he came down. Of course, he did it one time. Everything's fine. And I shot, and I shot, and I shot. Now, we had driven a tractor down there, the old tractor you cranked up front with a handle.
Yeah.
That's how pretty good ways back.
Yeah.
And Daddy said, well, we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to crank the tractor. We're going to head back to the house. I heard the ducks. I looked back, and they were perfect range in there, and I shot, and one hit the water.
Oh, my.
Daddy cranked the tractor, and he said, I just cranked that thing. I'm going to build a fire, take your clothes off, go get your first duck, boy.
Oh,
And it was cold.
It was cold, wasn't it?
But that's something that got instilled at me at that time, and I'm almost positive I was 7 years old.
Wow, yeah. That memory's still there.
When I got in high school for Christmas, I got a duck call.
Uh-huh.
At that time, it was a Denison. That might ring a bell.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I know all the Denisons, yeah.
And it was
Earl Denison and all
yes.
that. Yes, yeah.
And I couldn't. Nothing made sense to me on the thing, you know.
Well, you didn't have any videos or anything to look at.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of Daddy's friend, buddies,
Uh-huh.
his age,
Yeah,
very good duck caller, very good hunter.
yeah,
He took the time to sit down with me
yeah.
and with just the basics,
Yes.
just
yeah,
the basics.
Yeah.
And I remember that just as well as I'm sitting in here talking to y'all right now. I mean, it meant so much to me.
More than 60 years later.
Yes, and Daddy instilled that in me. Pass it on, son. Just pass it on.
And that's what you do now.
And I don't have a hat that won't fit my head. Of course, except for the spring when I was up there, I'm kind of clean shaven and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I might find me a piece of biscuit tomorrow morning in the duck blind. You never know. But no, to me, and it is a lot about the community, but my part is the outdoor community.
Yes. Yeah.
You'd be amazed at how many kids didn't know that a deer could grunt or they'd hear squirrels even if they lived in town barking at each other, and they had no clue what it is.
No. Yeah.
And just amazing. And at each school,
yeah.
no matter pre-K or whatever, I'd choose an individual to come up, and I'd have 2 turkey calls.
Yes.
2 slate pot calls, if y'all know, with a striker,
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I'd just pick at random. I picked one, and this was a young lady, and she came up, and you could tell she was a little nervous.
Sure, yeah.
I said, you're not embarrassed, are you? No, I don't know what to do. I said, just do what I ask you to do. You're going to do great. They got it on the market nowadays. It's a strutting 360 gobbler decoy.
Yeah.
Nobody knew anything about it except one of the teachers. She's going to turn the remote on when I stop helping.
Oh,
her.
yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. You talk about an attention gainer.
That does it, doesn't it?
This young lady, finally she could get a cluck down pretty good.
Yeah.
I said, look, I'm going to stop. You keep going. You're talking turkey right now. You're sounding pretty good.
Yeah.
And, of course, the instant I stopped and I had the turkey over here, she couldn't even see the turkey.
Uh-huh.
The turkey turned all the way around and faced her, and the whole gymnasium lit up. So
That's pretty cool.
And that's what you gotta.
You got to do that. That's in you. That's just in your DNA.
Well, I feel like nowadays, I don't say I'm going out to kill something.
Yeah.
I'm going out for the experience of it's another day. It's going to be, no matter if we don't see anything, shoot anything, or whatever.
You're going to be out there.
Something's going to happen that makes a memory.
Well, he's in the memory-making business there, folks, and he makes memories for all the people in Hardeman County, of the Bulletin Times there.
Yes.
You recognize his name from there, but if you go into the Tune or any of those places like that. So let's you got something else you're going to tell me? One
other thing, you know, I just told y'all about the Hoot hunties.
Yes.
Well, the chartered hunt for them, and don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I had one of my best friends on one corner of the duck blind, and I was on the left. We both can call.
Yeah, sure.
But sometimes he can see where I can't, and we're a team.
Yeah.
And I went over a safety brief with him several times.
Yes, got to do that.
I said, if you'll just pay attention to me or my buddy JL, because we whisper when we see ducks.
Yeah.
I said, if you understand, we're not going to shoot. We're being videoed for Southern Woods and Water TV, which is going to be aired live, let's see, the 15th of December.
Okay.
I'm going to have 3 of the original honeys there.
All right.
But it was kind of a slow year last year.
Yeah.
But anyway, all of a sudden we saw a bunch of mallards going down the river. Now, beavers have formed me a hole about 300 yards from the river. It's perfect.
Good old beavers. Okay.
And so me and JL said, hey, let's put the boy toys out. That's what we call them.
Boy toys.
Well, all of them have push button.
That's right.
And I've got
A lot of remote control stuff.
yes,
nowadays.
I've got a cockpit in my corner. I can do a lot of things with a lot of the decoys.
All right.
We got out in the boat, and as luck would have it, we can see behind the blind, and it was about 30 or 40 mallards in one bunch.
Oh, okay.
And we're just, we're kind of excited.
Well, sure, you want those kids.
We got in the duck blind, and all of a sudden they started shooting, and I know pretty much for a fact and I'm not trying to knock them, degrade them any kind of way whatsoever.
Right.
Each of the honeys shot at least 2 boxes of shells, and they brought out 4.
4 ducks. All
And
right.
they were, hey,
Wow.
they were working type ducks. They were in very good race.
Yeah.
All that, but it was the first time.
Yeah.
Almost all of them had never even been duck hunting.
Well, they're into it now.
But if they're listening to this right now, they need to understand that was the rules for the chartered hunt only.
The charter. Now
Hootie,
they're on.
Hootie's always going to have his gun in that duck blind. But anyway, it means the world to me, and especially women.
And that's it. Yeah.
They've got just as much adrenaline and get as excited as guys do in a duck blind.
Well, you folks listen out there. All right, we're going to take a break. Hoot's in the building. Take us out of here with a nice little Christmas melody here as we take a break here. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.